Full time from Goodison Park. It's finished Everton 1, Newcastle United 0. Just left the junction bar in Newcastle and I feel physically sick to the stomach after that result. Everton's biggest game of the season, and we have gave them the perfect gift. I'm just speechless, really. I can't say much more than that. I just thought we were really poor tonight. I'm really disappointed in the lads. After a good, couple of months or so with good results, and in the last 90 minutes against Everton, we've really brought ourselves back down to earth. We are still in a relegation battle, no matter what anyone says. It was definitely a game of two halves. It wasn't all controlled by the home side. It had pretty much everything, that game tonight. Bonkers calls to people arguing and fighting with each other, and a supporter chaining his neck to a goalpost, the game having to be stopped for a good 10 minutes, where ball cutters had to be used to release him. I think that killed our momentum in the second half, but I can't give the lads any excuses because we were equally poor in that second half. And also what makes it worse, Everton were down to 10 men for what was a straight red card for Alan. It was originally a yellow card, but the minute I seen it 2 feet off the ground, and that was overturned. Pawson went to VAR, checked it, and overturned the yellow card, and it was given as a straight red. And that's where we should have built on it. That's where we should have went for the game, and we didn't. I thought we were really poor, and we got punished with some slack defending, and Wobie scores the winner. And I really don't know what to say. The starting 11, let's run for the game. Starting 11, it was alright. Would I have played Almiron? Nah, not really. I probably would have played Jacob Murphy and St. Maximin, if anyhow knows that they're fully match fit in a game like this, where we need the 3 points just to make that relegation fear a little bit more lighter, a bit more better for us. And because of that, I think it's cost me tonight. So first off, for Everton, we're bright for the first 10 minutes. We'll give them some chances around the box. The only main threat was a header which went straight to Martin Dubravka. Other than that, I think we started to take control of the game. Chris Wood got a good header straight at Begovic. John Pickford, funny enough, wasn't playing due to illness. Whether that was an illness, that remains to be seen. I don't think it was, in my opinion. I think it's more game management from Frank Lampard, with the nature of the game, how important it is to Everton Football Club. So yeah, as said, there was a couple of calls that weren't going in our favour, like cheap free kicks and stuff like that. But yeah, half time 0-0. Do you know what? I probably would have taken it, given the fact that we ended the half strongly. Second half, as said, we should have kicked on. We didn't, and because we didn't kick on, Everton were full of confidence. Obviously, I've just spoken about the guy who, the idiot who chained himself to a goal post, where there was loads of stewards who had to try and sort him out. You do question the stewards, you question the police. Why was he allowed to do that so quickly? It's dangerous, and no doubt he'll not get back into Goodison Park ever again. Another village idiot, in football. And I think that really killed our momentum, because we did start the second half strongly where we left off. But as said, we've got to try and kick on. We didn't. And Everton, they rolled the dice. They brought on the likes of Calvert-Lewin, and they were making a real difference to the game. Richarlison was getting the ball a lot more, and you could just sense danger from the very get-go. And the pressure was always on. Obviously, St. Maximin was away. And then obviously Alan with the sliding challenge, 2 feet off the ground, and it's a straight red card. And again, it's at 0-0. We should, be, going for the game a little more. For me, we were too defensive. We were giving the ball away too cheaply, being at Everton from the first half. So it's so frustrating, really. And then Everton go up the other end. Obviously, there's 40 minutes of stoppage time. and some slack defending, and Wobie's in past Martin Dubravka. There's not a lot he could do about it. You could question maybe his positioning, but it's a good finish by Everton. Just when they need a bit of confidence, they need a lift. The worst time to concede is in injury time. We've done it now for the second game running where it's been around injury time. Chelsea so late on, and tonight I think for me we've dropped, I'd say, 3 points. We really have. The Everton were there for the taking. They were shocking first off, absolutely terrible. The amount of times Everton were giving the ball away, as if they were allergic at the final third to have a shot at Dubravka. Because at times we weren't brilliant at the back, we were a bit slack, we were a bit nervous, and even in the centre of midfield, they were giving the ball away too cheaply, but we didn't capitalise on it, which is a real frustration for me. I'm just absolutely gutted, with that performance. I think that result tonight might just keep Everton in the Premier League, and we are not out of this relegation battle yet. Yes, we're on 31 points, but we're still in it. We are still in it, with the likes of Wolves coming up. We've got Crystal Palace, and then we've got Leicester and Liverpool. They're not easy fixtures by any stretch of the imagination, but listen, I can't really give the lads any sort of praise tonight, because Everton, I said, were there for the take, and we just did not capitalise on their poor first half. That's what annoys us most. First half we should have been out of sight. Everton, they are a poor football side, and you can tell that they haven't really had the proper investment. You can see that the fans at Everton are really impatient with the manager. They're impatient with the players. It's because they're not playing as a team, but you could see them, second half, to their credit, they actually went for it. Whatever Lampard said, it worked. And they were saying on Prime TV that sometimes you've got to win a game in a way which is scrappy. A scrappy 1-0 win, especially if you're in a relegation battle, and that's exactly what Everton have done. And let's be fair, I'll give credit to Everton, it was a good finish, but for us it was shocking defending. It's twice that's happened. Chelsea, I think Dan Burn should get there a bit better against Havertz, but then tonight Iwobi, too easy. I placed it into the bottom right hand corner. For me, that's preventable. That shot there is preventable. If we're positioned correctly, Eddie Howe will be absolutely furious with that. As said, I've got no words for what I've watched tonight. I'm fuming. As said, I would have taken a point. I really would have done, because it's on the road, and it would have put Everton in even further trouble, because it would have been a better point for us than Everton, but we couldn't hold on. But what annoys me more, man, Everton were down to 10 men, there for the taking. We were playing in that second half like we were down to 10 men. We were playing like we were down to 10 men, scared to have a go at Everton's defence. Begovic, you might argue that their goalkeeper had a decent game. He probably did to a degree, but he was still a bit flappy, he was still a bit nervous, and he showed that in parts of the game on my chances, but we just didn't do that anywhere near enough. And as I said, we've been punished late on yet again. Punished. I don't know. I think the lads now need to regroup. They've got a couple of weeks. I think they're going to Dubai for some warm weather training. Maybe there might be a friendly penciled in, but back to the drawing board, because just concentration levels have gone out the window yet again. I've got no words. Absolute sucker punch right at the end. And by the way, there was time to react. There was. But even at times, like, Chris Wood was getting in the way of shots. He was on the wing and that. You're like, get in the box. Do you know what I mean? There was times where we were putting the balls in, but Chris Wood was not there to be seen. I've never really questioned Eddie Howe much this season, but I have to question these subs. Were they a bit too late for me? Yes, 100%. He needs to bring them on a little bit quicker, a little bit earlier. I had that feeling, I really did, when Dominic Calvert-Lewin come on, that Everton would score. I had that feeling, and even when Everton went down 10 men, I still had that feeling that we'd just sit back and take the draw. And that's what's happened in the second half. We've played for a draw. That is the bottom line. We've played for a draw. And if you play for a draw, 9 times out of 10 you lose. We've played for a draw against a piss poor side in Everton, who, by the way, At one point, I'm sure they were like 12, 15 points clear of us, and we've managed to overturn the deficit, but not now. I don't think they will go down. The home form will keep them up, but we have to improve after the international break, because I say Wolves are up next. They're a good side. They're a decent side, home and away. Jimenez, Connor Cody, Podence, just to name a few. And then we've got Palace, who we probably should look to get 3 points against. But even so, they probably need some points to stay up, just to keep them, safe in the Premier League. And then got Leicester, not an easy side, very unpredictable this season. Followed by Liverpool and Spurs in there as well. Not easy sides to play against. I feel like we've missed a big opportunity in the last couple of games. We could have been walking away with 4 points on top of what we already have. We could be on 35 points, but no, we still only have 31. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the run that we've been on, but we've missed a big opportunity tonight. We really, really have. I don't know. I really don't know. I think the players need to look at themselves in that dressing room after what was a frustrating night. They need to look at themselves. Did they do enough? I don't think we did. First half, I couldn't fault their efforts. I really couldn't, without creating too many chances. But second half, when you should be getting to the side, they're full of weakness, down to 10 men as well, which makes it worse. It's just typical Newcastle that we do this. Typical Newcastle. Yep, we've only got ourselves to blame. There'll be a lot of questions in that dressing room. Eddie Howe will have a lot to answer for as well in his post-match press conference, because the game management towards the end was piss poor. It really, really was. I feel sorry for those fans who've travelled down there the night. They've been shafted yet again, but this time just by some poor defending, by players just dropping their standards in that stoppage time. At the end of the day, if you know you're not going to win the game, defend better than that. Simply defend better than that. By the way, congratulations to Everton. Whether you deserve to win or not, I don't know. But at the end of the day, when you're in a relegation battle, you've got to find a way to win, and that's exactly what you've done. Good goal, and if that spurs you on now to stay in the Premier League, then fair play to you. That's what you've got to do. But we've got to learn from this. We really, really have. Yeah, I'm just rambling on now, but frustration. I said I would have taken a draw. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, put your comments down below what you thought of the game, and I will see you all later. However, lads.